you. My name is Betty Frank, your host on today's segment of Relationship Matter. Co-hosting with me is this handsome young man named...
Oh, I didn't know I was handsome. My name is Ojay anyway, and Betty, you look dashing today. Is it because of the Valentine?
Yes, so season of love now.
Alright, okay, so it's the love that is making you shine, alright?
Yes, of course.
Alright, beautiful people. So, on today's edition of Relationship Matter, we are looking at a very interesting topic. Thank God the Valentine is here, and we are looking at the topic sex and love. What do you know about it? What can you say about it? Now we are going to dig deep into it, and of course we have a very special guest that will do justice to this. He is experienced, he has the right credentials to deal with this topic. I'm sure you must be anticipating who is this guy they are talking about like this.
Let's drum roll first.
Okay, drum roll. Okay, so he is the Vice Chairman, Association of Movie Producers, Akwa Ibom State Branch. He is a multiple award-winning filmmaker and, of course, actor. He is also a Nollywood gladiator. I can tell you that for free. And of course,
he is a husband to one wife, father, and a committed worker in church.
So he has the right profile, the right credentials.
Yes, so
he's tailor-cut for this. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's welcome the amazing, the ever handsome, and of course the ever dashing Mr. Kenneth Ekanem Senior.
I love the part, the ever dashing. I believe it's making me grow butterflies on my stomach.
Okay, the stomach that is almost shitting out, but it's okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. So, sir, on the show, we're looking at a very interesting topic, sir, and of course, we don't have the right antecedent to deal with that. So we are looking at the... Yeah, we know so. Okay.
Yeah.
We know so. So, sir, what can you tell us about the word sex? I mean, there must have been a whole lot of conception and misconceptions about the word sex. So we want to know from an experience standpoint, from the standpoint of a family man, what would you say sex is?
Well, for me, sex is multifaceted. So you cannot give sex a generally accepted definition, because our world has been saddled with a lot of associations, beliefs, ideas, and standpoints. But sex, for me, was created by the Creator to be a use in marriages. Marriages. You have to know that. Sex wasn't supposed to be what we hug on the roadsides. It wasn't supposed to be a 5-minute enjoyment kind of thing. It wasn't supposed to be what everybody, every Tom, Dick and accesses. You get the point?
Yeah.
So for me, sex, literally sex is an intercourse
Fellowship.
between two, But God created it as a source of fellowship in a marital union. But it has been abused.
Wow.
I can't come to a place of definition. Instead, I would like to have conceptual runs about how sex has been abused. It's more of the thing we should talk about when we mention sex.
Yeah.
Sex has been abused. It has been misconstrued. It has been misused.
So we shouldn't be shying away from it. Rather, we should face it and
No way.
deal with it.
The world, the way we are going in the world today, we have to face things, call things by names, and say things the way they are, because the world is going out of place. This is not what the Creator wanted for us.
This is not the intention. So we have to lay hold of the narrative and direct it in the right direction.
That exactly is.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. So, looking at the insight you've given us into sex, so would you say that sex you've given us into sex? So would you say that sex really is a sign of intimacy?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay, why?
Sex can never be a sign of intimacy. The word intimacy is supposed to be a beautiful union between two people. Intimacy is supposed to be an atmosphere of love, peace, beautiful relationship. But let me take you back to the Bible immediately. In the book of Samuel, second Samuel, chapter 13 to be precise, the story of Amnon and Tamar. They were actually siblings. They're from different mothers.
Yeah.
Tamar was the sister of Absalom. Amnon was also son of David, the king. And then, two of them, Amnon said he had this feeling. He felt sick. He felt abnormal. He was vexed in the spirit. If he can lay hand on the sister, he would die. He will not fight his feeling. And from a very, I wouldn't say lay, from a very obscure perception, one would think, oh, the moment this guy lays hand on this girl, this will be eternity. Something was. But if you're a good Bible student, you remember the story that to make the story short, he actually ended up raping the sister, and in the end, he lost taste for the sister. The Bible says this girl was absolutely beautiful, and all that did not make any sense. Instead, the moment he finished having sex with the girl, all the lusts, all the feelings, all the, oh, I'm going to die, if I just, all of them disappeared.
Wow.
And that is what should make you know that sex never create intimacy. I'm married, for crying out loud.
Wow.
And I have 2 children.
Wow.
The times in that relationship, because marriage is the zenith of relationship as far as I'm concerned.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Marriage gives definitions for what relationship is supposed to be. That was God. That was why when God finished creation, the most important thing, He took charge of us. He took charge of us. Marriage. But you realize that today, all of that is bullshit. But in the place of marriage, from my experience as a married, you realize that sex is not a sign. Sex does not even help those things.
Yeah. Because why that question actually came is some people say, oh, I'm in love. I mean, I love him. He loves me. So I think being intimate with him, we had to have sex. And then I'm wondering when sex became a sign or a seal that, oh, okay, we are intimate. But thank you for the insight you've given to us. And I hope our audience learns a lot from this. Yes, Virtual.
Yeah, so I also want to ask, is sex also a product of love? Like if you have sex with someone, does it mean you love the person?
Well, that question is an open-ended question. It's not a yes, it's not a no.
Okay.
Because there are few cases that some relationships, I'm not to go away from the truth, because this thing is, it's not absolute.
Yeah.
It's relative.
Yeah.
There are people that maybe that relationship can start by sex, but I am not putting a stamp on that. Relationships are supposed to start from sex, because that is wrong. So in the question of can sex help a relationship, that was the question,
Yeah,
right?
is sex a product?
Okay.
Love, like you
Sex.
love one, must you now
way
like
to it.
to show it? Like
No. It can be. It can be. Sex cannot be a show of love, because like what I cited from second book of Samuel.
Yeah.
After it happened,
Everything went up, and it's still happening today.
Yeah.
Is it happening? Go into the streets and ask young men and women. It does not respect age or status. No matter who you are, you can still have sex and realize that it was actually a mistake. So sex does not define love.
So that means it must be a very important thing to the creator himself. And of course, even in the law of, and some people get married, and if the marriage is not consummated, they consider them to not have been married at all. So that means sex must be a really powerful thing.
Very powerful.
Something to pay attention
Very
to.
powerful. But let me immediately go back to the Bible a little, because that is one book I don't joke with. You see, there's a place in the Bible. The Bible says, it says, for a man, marriage was created. That's what the Bible says, a man of one wife. We were supposed to marry so that we can escape fornication.
Okay.
That is one of the strongest reasons for marriage, apart from procreation and other factors. Okay, there's a certain age you get, and nature begins to ring a bell. It comes from the inside, and you have this feeling that, man, there's a sense of attachment to the opposite sex that is winding up in you, and that is where okay, I'm ripe for marriage too. So that is where sex comes in. It's not what is going to be, it's not what people are doing today, Valentine's Day. You know, everybody's preparing today. Some people will lose virginity because of Valentine's Day. It wasn't for that.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for the insight. So, our audience, I hope you heard what our guy said. Valentine's Day is not meant for sex bonanza on every corner of the street. No, rather, sex was meant for pleasure in marriage. So, sir, we really appreciate your coming on the show, and we hope our audience got value for this. And of course, many more of these kind of editions are going to be coming up. But before you leave the final note, what would you like to say, especially to our youth day, concerning today, a day like this, where you mentioned a whole lot are going to lose their virginity, a whole lot are going to miss their mark. Some people's birthday are even today, and I hear around that people give sex as a birthday gift.
Oh my God!
What the world we live in. So on this matter now, what would be your final words? What would be your advice to our team out there?
Well, one of the things to know, if you're full trend of things in the world today, you realize that even some of the people that are deceived into what they call relationship and have all the sex in the world, they may also lose their life today.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
In that same path. But my end note will be like this. Valentine wasn't about this kind of love. The historical concept of Valentine dates back to the history of the Reverend Father. Show love to the lowly, the poor, and all of that. The widows. Because a group of people did like what he was doing. He died as a martyr. They killed him. To Valentine, Father of Valentine was a love martyr.
Sacrificial love, you want to say?
Yes, sacrificial. Yeah. And that's what happened. So Valentine, the name Valentine came there. So let's look back at that history and let Valentine be Valentine to love. Love is not sex.
For coming on the show, our audience, we hope you've gotten value on this edition. So on this note,
I urge each and every one of us to please slow down on this Valentine wahala. Please, there's a whole lot going on social media, hookups here and there. You have been seeing them. Please, let's understand the reason for Valentine so we don't end up with regrets. Stay tuned to Sight and Sound TV and also follow us on our Instagram, Facebook page. Thank you.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel and be sure to hit the notification button because many more amazing videos are coming your way, and you'll get them the moment they drop. See you on the next edition, and this is Sight and Sound TV.